Welcome to the Goose Rocks Beach Advisory Committee meeting, which is being held in a hybrid format on October 20th. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and the first item of business is approval of the minutes that were circulated for September. So I don't know if I have any corrections or motion to approve, or...
I move to approve the minutes.
Second it?
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Do we have Chaz?
Yeah, he's there.
No, I'm here, and I approve.
Hi, Chaz.
Hi, Chaz.
Thank you.
I think Holly may be in the audience, I'm not sure.
No, Holly's not with us. Is Holly?
I'll take a look. Yeah, there she is.
All right, we're gonna bring her up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Different audience.
Okay, Holly, are you okay with the minutes?
Wait a minute,
Digital audience.
she's coming up. And she's muted. There she is.
Hi,
Yep.
Holly.
Are you okay with the minutes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
I hope
Thank
so.
you.
You wrote them.
She didn't actually accept it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Of course. Sorry.
Okay, perfect, thank you. The next item on the agenda is public comment for any items that are not on the agenda. Doesn't seem to be any in the room. Is there anybody out there on
Nope, no one
Zoom?
in Zoom land.
Okay.
I have one thing that
Okay.
we talked about at the last meeting, but I don't know if we officially have to, this is budget time, as John pointed out, for the town, and, is this the time we should be requesting the money for the dump? We did it in the spring last year, and Laurie said go ahead, but should we be officially requesting the $1,000 for the dumpster and a little bit more for Steak and Twine?
For next spring.
For next spring.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to make a motion to do that?
Sure. I would like to move that we have, last year it was $1,000 for the dumpster and another $400 for Steak and Twine. We are gonna have to replace some twine, probably get another roll, and we'll need some more of the signs this year.
So move it up to
Okay.
like 1,500 then? Or 1,400?
We didn't spend it all
Oh,
last
okay.
year, so, we have to request it in order to spend it, I think.
Right.
So, if we
That's
don't
great.
spend it, if we don't spend it, that's a good thing.
So
So-
what's the amount you want?
I would like $1,400, so.
Okay, all right. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, you're good for cleanup. Do you need more signs too?
Yeah, those little signs, I'm not sure where we got those, so,
Oh, I can talk to you about that
Okay.
later.
great.
Chaz and Holly, are you okay?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, good, thanks.
Excellent, thank you. The next item on the agenda is just working group reports, and I'm going to start with communications. Holly, I don't know if you have anything you want to share with us.
I don't, unless anyone has any questions or comments.
Okay,
Oh, good.
good, thank
I'm
you.
good.
Natural resources, I know you had cleanup day.
We
How
did,
that go?
the Rotary Club of Kennebunkport. We had, I think, 13 or 14 members, and then a few, John Kreuter and the Nickersons joined us from the beach community, and we had a total of 17 people.
Oh, great.
And we split into groups, and I'm not sure, I should talk to Charlie about the total weight that we got. That's how they, you pick up a lot of items, but they actually want an estimate of the total weight of
Yep.
the stuff besides the few heavy pieces of wood that we took off, it was mostly small pieces of fishing line, which is, if anyone walks the beach, that's the most common item. A lot of bottle caps and a lot of small plastic debris. Flip-flops, it was after one of the big storms, so there was a lot of, well, it was nice because patrolling the debris line is where you find the
Yeah,
stuff,
oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
that, it makes it easier. We did do it at low tide, so I told people not to go all the way to the low water mark. 'Cause
Yeah.
You'd need an army to cover the beach, but
Yep.
it was all the stuff was up by the seagrass,
Yeah.
basically. So-
Oh, good.
But
That's great.
it was, as everyone comments, it's a remarkably clean beach, considering how many people use it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
which
that's
is
great. Well,
It's
thank
great.
you for rallying the troops to keep it that way. Okay, public safety, I'm going to turn it over to you, Chaz.
Okay, thank you. As people may know, Pam and I made a presentation to the select board on October 9th about the recommendation we approved at the last BAC meeting. And there were three main suggestions we emphasized to the select board. First was to allocate $20,000 for 4 additional speed signs to be located at different points around the beach during the summer. The second recommendation was to add the third stop sign at Dyke Road and Kings Highway. And then the third was to create make a bigger communications effort, to create a town beach advisory committee working group do a seasonal awareness campaign, including social media, and to amend the good neighbor policy that short-term renters are all required to receive, to emphasize that obeying speed limits is part of being a good neighbor while you're at Goose Rocks. The board had a discussion about several of those items, particularly the stop sign, I think, and did not, as I didn't expect them to, act on this at that meeting, but said they're going to take it up at a future meeting. It's not on the agenda for this week. The reason we emphasize those 3 areas of recommendation is that those are things that can be done and indeed need to be done before soon if they're going to be effective for summer of 2026. There were other recommendations that we had on our list, as you will recollect, and those I think require some more discussion among the community and in the town. After the meeting, the police department had done their own analysis of the data and it made some recommendations that aligned with the ones we made, but they did not have an opinion on either the budgetary items, the $20,000 or the additional stop sign. But an informal conversation with the vice chief or deputy chief, we agreed to keep working with the department to advance this over the rest of the winter. But I don't know, and John may have more detail at this point about when and how the select board might bring up the recommendations again.
The board is working on finding a time to go down and do a site visit at the intersection of Kings Highway and Dyke Road. It had been looked at before, but we're going to have hopefully the Eric LaBelle from Public Works will be with us, and we're just going to try to open the box a little wider, see what might be done. I think we all agree that is a complicated intersection, and try to find a way to make it safer. And I think the point is just to make it clearer to folks in both directions who has right of way is something that we're going to see if we can do something to improve.
And then is the budget thing in the budget flow for the year, or how does that work?
The budget request will come, we have made our request as a committee to have that considered, and Lori has taken that action. Then it will go again in front of the budget board for review to see where we are on it.
Okay, perfect, that's great, thank you for your help on that.
Yep.
So John, we'll know about that, if it's in the budget or not, by sometime in December then.
Yes, yeah, I would think, yeah, the budget process, yes, but it would be in December, late December, January.
Yeah.
But you will, I'm pretty sure you will see it there for, for a discussion with the budget board.
Great.
Super, thanks a lot, Chaz, thank you, John, for your help
Yeah.
and support on that. Any discussion on that topic? Any hands raised?
No hands.
Okay, great, thank you. The next item on the agenda is old business, and I feel like a broken record, but commercial activity on the beach. I'm going to ask you, John, to give us an update on that.
Well, speaking of broken records, but one piece I can say is that we did have a very useful and constructive meeting with EOS representatives. EOS is the company that owns the tides. Lori and the town manager, Lori, Mary Beth, and I, and Galen, our town planner, met with EOS at our town attorney's office in Portland, had a very constructive meeting. The devil's in the details, but things are moving forward. We hope to know more before, we want to try to solidify a long-term agreement before the end of the year. And that's in both of our interests. One, for us to get it done, and two, to be sure that their next year advertising is in line with what our mutual agreement will be.
Mhm.
So we're well underway.
Great, okay, thank you, John. Are there any questions or any,
I don't have any.
no questions in the audience?
No.
Okay. Okay.
It's a different topic.
Can you come up and identify yourself, please?
I'm only the second person in this,
Okay.
Fred Stafford, Kings
Turn it
Highway.
up, can you turn it on?
Is it on?
It's on the top of the mic.
There should be a switch.
Oops.
Can't expect me to get it all right. Okay, Fred Stafford, Kings Highway. I just had a question about Kings Highway. I'm sure it was posted somewhere, but I never saw that they were going to repave it. And I was curious as to, anybody know what the schedule is for that?
There was an email sent around. Again, you want to be on the town alerts to be able to get those. But the email was sent. I don't have on the top of my head what the schedule is, but it'll be.
Okay,
it's
is it on the
to me.
town website somewhere?
Yeah,
Do-
I'm sure
Okay.
you'd find it there. Yeah.
All right.
Look under Public Works, schedules.
Okay, I thought it was termites tearing the road up. so-
Big termites.
No.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Which it just, that when I got it, it just said that they were gonna mill it on Saturday. There wasn't any specific mention of when they were gonna repave it, so I don't know
Yeah,
whether there's another.
I don't either, but a call into Public Works would get you an answer there, but I don't have it.
Okay, all right,
Before
thank
the
you.
spring.
If they milled it, they're gonna repave it.
Well, I think they've
just
gotta
don't
do it
wanna-
before the plant's closed for the
I
season.
don't want to make any promises.
No, but
Sometime
I would say
before the end of the
if
year.
it got on the milling schedule and it was,
Yeah, sure.
thing paving, they're probably gonna be paving it probably the next nice days, I would guess.
Yeah.
I think they have to wait for, the water shut-offs and lots of things have to be, I don't know if they're changing the level of the road, but that's the type of thing that
I
has to
don't
be.
think so. I think it was just a thin mill. and
Well, they,
top coat.
all the water company came around and broke up the pavement all around their
Yeah,
water.
some of them
thing,
are
so-
different levels.
Are they
There's
just
one-
levels?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so they've got some work to do, but it'll be done, I would say, like you said, before they close the paving plants, and I think they leave them open into the middle of November now.
Yeah, so by Thanksgiving, hopefully. The other old business item that we have on the
Pam?
agenda, oh, sorry.
Pam, if I could, before you move on.
Yep.
A traffic safety thing that the town did several years ago, was to paint lines on the sides of the road that has the effect of slowing traffic without obstructing traffic. And if they're repaving, it would be important to get the repainting done at the same time.
We actually, I'm going to segue into the parking meeting because that came up this afternoon. John and Pat and I met with Lori to discuss some of the things we're talking about in parking. But we did ask about the painting of everything, and that's going to be done in the spring, so it won't be there for the winter, but it will be done before the summer season next year.
Excellent, thank you.
So just in terms of a report on parking, Pat, John, and I met with Lori today to sort of talk about, we've been thinking about some of the spaces that we think should get rearranged because there's damage to the marsh, and some of them that are difficult in terms of traffic flow and things like that. And I think what we're gonna do is try and come to the November meeting of this group with a very specific proposal in terms of which spaces are gonna get moved and a lot more detail on that whole concept. But we did talk to Lori about the repainting and everything, and one of the things we're gonna do is have each space delineated rather than just having a block that might be 4 cars and it might be 3, depending on or where people park. So we're working on a lot of things there, and we'll have more detail at the next meeting. Is there anything else I should have mentioned?
Yeah, well, we're also going to be looking at a new mechanic to do the daily parking passes. So it'll be something different than the kiosks we have now, but that's still under development. So
Okay,
change coming.
yeah.
Will it be a machine, or what are you thinking of doing?
Right now, it's still under development.
Okay.
Are there any questions on parking from anybody here or in Zoom?
Let's see. I see a hand, but I don't know whose it is. Oh, I think it's just leftover from Charles.
Okay, we're all set?
Yeah.
I don't have any other items. Natural resources, I forgot.
No,
You
We
did
did
that one.
that,
You're
yep,
good. Yeah,
yep.
you looked like you had something else to say, that's why I
No,
was looking
no,
over
I
there.
was just, on the parking thing, the, towards Paul and Jerry's house.
Yeah.
Over the little bridge,
Yeah.
where there were rose bushes, they put some big stones in and put a filter barrier against it and filled it in so that people were actually able to park off the
Right.
pavement instead of, and, you know, apparently it worked really well. And perhaps something like, there is beach rows in the spot of the marsh on Dyke Road where, you know, beach rows is, as we all know who've lived here, is indestructible. Even when you sink, you dig it up, it comes
Yeah.
back. So, you know, if using that as a natural barrier and then maybe, you know, to protect the marsh, if we put it in some sort of a, you know, they put fabric and filter barrier in so it wouldn't go into the marsh, it just makes it safer. I think safety is what we're concerned about, so, besides protecting the marsh, but
Thanks.
safety too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do have one thing,
Go ahead,
a natural resource, just to report that last week, Sarah Stowell's high school class, along with Pam Morgan from UNE, met with John Crowder, myself, and Fred Stafford, though John couldn't be with us for that event because he had his knees operated on. But John was instrumental in the planning, and we have done a full second survey of the dune grass over the newly planted dunes, the dunes that were restored after the January 24 storm. So in the spring, we laid out 30-plus transects, took initial readings, and then we just finished this past week having the students go back and revisit those spots, monitor how the grass is doing, how new annuals have come in. We'll do it again in the spring, and we'll do it again in the fall, and build up a data set that is going to be both helpful in terms of understanding the dunes, and I think quite exciting for the kids to take part in doing the analysis. So fun stuff happening on our dunes.
No, that's great, thank you. Are we making some progress? I mean, just even the small data set you have, is it?
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's interesting. Yes, most of the dune grass survived.
Yeah.
But there are interesting patterns where the dune grass did not survive, and we're really kind of baffled why. And so that's an analysis going on as we speak. A lot of annuals have come in. There's a lot of roots now. Again, they're annuals, but that organic goes back into the soil, or back into the sand, and feeds the dune grass. So we're very encouraged.
So we're going
Looks
into
good.
the winter in a good position.
Oh, we're going in a
Yeah,
great position.
that's great.
Yeah, I had mentioned that there seemed to be certain patches of the grass that for some reason looked dead. Of course, it was a pretty dry summer too.
Yeah, but
But-
it wouldn't, I can understand how it would go in patches.
Yeah.
That's the part that's so baffling.
It should be just,
Everything was uniform sand pushed up. It isn't, and so it's fun stuff, and it all came at once. It's just not obvious what would create. The only thing I can think of is that dune grass was delivered in bundles, and there were, hundreds of these bundles. And perhaps one of the bundles, for some reason, was older, or had
Dried
been
out, or-
contaminated,
Yeah.
or something, and that bundle got distributed. But the patterns still look different than so it's fun. So there's, who knows? It's a great part of science. If everybody knew what was going on, it wouldn't be.
well, we couldn't have a better person than John helping you out too, so.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
He really
Yeah.
is, yeah.
That's
And
great.
so are Pam and Sarah,
Yeah,
these
and
are
Fred,
and Fred indeed.
yeah, awesome.
Perfect.
For example, I saw that the big cement lots have been put in the rights of way.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Which ones did they leave open? Did they leave any open?
Oh, yeah,
parts or
well,
so?
not open, but the ramp should remain at Broadway and,
There at Proctor.
No, it's just at Proctor.
I'm
Just
sorry,
at Proctor,
Proctor.
yeah.
Just to bring it, Broadway was too
You
steep.
still have to,
Just
they
at
put
Proctor.
in front of the ramp, they put one block, but it's
Yeah.
just a single step up from the ramp and then down. So
Yeah.
it's walkable. You couldn't do it in a,
Semi-walkable,
well,
depending on your age level.
right. well, But, I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
But it's
and they
there,
did it
it's
before
there.
before the nor'easter that I happened to be on Cape Cod in, so it was
Yeah.
6 inches of rain down there. We
Yeah.
needed it here and didn't get
Yeah.
it, so.
Yeah.
It's the story of the whole summer.
No, that's great, okay, thank you.
Yep, perfect.
So I don't have any other items on the agenda. I was gonna look for a motion to adjourn unless people have another item.
Okay,
or-
we definitely, we do have a meeting in
We have a
November.
meeting, next meeting is November 17th,
Okay,
third Monday in November. So we'll have parking and we'll see what else we have for that
Right.
topic, so. Great, thank you for everyone for their time. Is there a motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Second?
Second?
Okay, all those in favor? Chaz and Holly, are you good?
Bye,
Okay, Chaz is good too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
thanks.